Welcome back to Tool Talk Tuesday, where we ask the questions that electricians and contractors already have so you don't have to. Today we are joined by Josh from Fluke, and he has an awesome lineup for us today, showing some of the meters that Fluke offers. We are going to start by talking about the Fluke II915 acoustic imager. Josh, can you tell us a little bit about the acoustic imager?
Well, the acoustic imager, what it does is it sees sound.
Okay.
So you think, wow, that doesn't really see sound. How does it see sound? Well, the sonic frequencies that are coming through something that's on, it can be able to pick up those waves and be able to give you a dot or a sign of where that sound is coming from.
That's awesome. How far can you be from where your desired spot that you're trying to measure?
There's 3 different types, but the longest distance is close to 150 feet. And this is the top model that we have. Then there's a 905 and then a 500. And so they all have their different parameters or abilities of each camera.
Can this replace an ultrasonic leak detector and electrical arcing, or is it more one over the other?
It can sense a lot of those. What it does is it sees all those. And so as you change the settings of the camera, you can set it for what you are looking for, whether it's an air leak or a corona if you had a substation, or if you had vibration that you're looking for, you'd be able to set it for those specific applications.
I want to know a little bit more about the battery life. Can you tell me how long this will last?
The battery lasts about 8 hours.
Okay.
But like any battery, it's not magic. So it's after a while, it'll start to deteriorate or shorter lifespan. But it's basically 8 hours for a few years.
So how often do you have to replace the acoustic imager?
So far, we haven't had to replace it, other than if people actually break them, then we can either repair them or replace them.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about how it works.
The camera itself?
Yeah.
What it does is it has microphones in the front,
okay,
and a camera in the center. And as those are pitched at a certain angle to be able to focus on one area that you're pointing the camera at, it will give you a dot or a mark where that sound is coming from. And so you can stand up in the middle of a rock concert if you were there and you had a little leak in an area that's less than 150 feet away,
yeah,
it would still be able to see that leak.
Wow, that's awesome. And so what is the main place that electricians, contractors, where will they mainly use this?
A lot of mechanical applications, a lot of electrical ones. If you had the substation, yes, it's going to work there. If you had the vibration, if you had a conveyor belt, all the wheels and the bearings that are rolling around and you have a squeaky one, it's going to be able to find those. If you have an air leak or a gas leak, it will be able to find those and show you where those leaks are as well.
Have you had any cool stories that anyone's ever told you about the Fluke acoustic imager and them using it out in the field?
Yeah, quite a few. We were walking past an outside area where the customer was just swinging it, and as he brought it up, it caught a glimpse of another pipe that we was walking by, and it showed a little dot for a second. And I said, "Hey, what was that?" And he turns around to see what it was, and they had a natural gas leak that they didn't even know about. And so they were immediately fixed that.
Wow, and if they didn't fix it, what would have happened?
Oh, with a gas leak, anything could happen. It's really easy to use. You can change the frequencies to be able to find which frequency those leaks are in. And yeah, it's really fun camera.
So what's the biggest justification you have for someone to buy this?
It is an expensive camera. We understand that, but when you have the right application, you don't have to wait. You don't waste any man hours finding leaks, and no more product of losing that, the gas, if that's what it was or what it is. So you don't lose that money as well.
Okay, Josh, we have the thermal imager now. What's the difference between our acoustic imager versus the thermal one?
The acoustic imager sees sound, so
yes,
the thermal imager will see heat.
Okay. And can you tell me just a little bit more about the thermal imager? Where would you use it? Who's using it?
Yeah, a lot of electricians, when they're doing their panel readings on seeing what breakers or what phases might be warmer than others, and they have to do those routine maintenance programs, they'll use a thermal imager to, when they open up the panel, they'll check the breakers to see if there's anything that's hot or standing out. but they can also look at motors and see what part of the motor is getting too hot or not hot enough, or be able to measure the heat that's coming from those machines.
Yeah. And is this something that electricians would just carry around with them, or is it used for certain aspects of the job?
They can carry different meters. This one they can keep in their tool belt or their bucket, but there's different thermal imagers of a whole range. There's some that attach to your phone all the way up to a handheld, up to a bigger double handheld, and some fixed units as well. Yeah, there's all kinds of different thermal imagers of what your application is.
Okay, and does it have a similar range to the acoustic imager?
Now the acoustic imager is going to go off of frequencies of sound. This will just go a high temperature and a low temperature. Mm-hmm. Some go to 2200 degrees and is down as -4 degrees. Wow. So, but it depends on the camera that you're getting to what range that you're looking for.
Okay, and what about battery life? How long will this last you on the job site?
6 to 8 hours of each battery, but there's also a program in the camera where it can go to sleep or turn off in a certain range of time that you set, so the battery can last longer than that. What this does is it has the Wi-Fi built into it, but it's not the internet Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's actually the highway, so it can connect to your cell phone or your smart device, and whatever pictures that this takes, you'd be able to see it on your cell phone itself.
And so is it pretty intuitive, like understanding the app, understanding the device? Like if I were to pull this out of the box, would I understand pretty much what it's explaining, or would I need some training to understand it?
There is training that you can get to be a thermal imager, a certified one.
Yeah.
But anyone can pull it out of the box, turn it on, and figure out, what's hot and what's not of what they're looking at. It does show the different colors and the ranges, and they can figure that out right off the bat. They may not be accurate that they want to see to interpret it, but it's really easy right out of the box. What this one can do specifically is it has a laser focus. So when you push the button, it automatically focuses on the screen rather than try to figure out what the focus is with doing it manually. It takes a little bit more time, but the laser focus, you just push the button and let it go and it focuses right up. So you save a lot of time to do that.
We have the Fluke 378 FC clamp meter here. I'm sure a lot of you electricians want to know a little bit more about this. And I'd love to start off by if you could explain the difference between this clamp meter versus other clamp meters. Why should I buy this one over those?
Well, this is our newest feature of the Fluke clamp meter, and it is my favorite. At first it wasn't, because we have a lot of clamp meters, but each one has its own application and they're really important. But this one has a lot of extra features. So just like your normal clamp meters, it's going to get your voltage and your amps that you're going to get. But also this one will connect to your cell phone, so you can be in a safe distance and measure it and have that right on your camera or right on your phone.
So is this a non-contact clamp meter?
Yes, it is. With the new Fluke sensor, the Field Sense application on it, or feature on it, it can get volts and amps at the same time. So it's not non-contact. You don't have to use your probes to be able to get the amps and the volts. You can do it all by the clamp right at the top. It also, you can record for 2 weeks. It will even give you alarms of any power interruptions. It won't give you what it is, just that there is. So if you had some dirty power, it'll be able to give you an alarm for that. And it also, when it's connected to your cell phone, it'll give you a phase rotation.
Wow. So all three of the devices you've shown me today can connect to your phone?
Yes, all of them can.
Is that all of Fluke's products? Do they all connect?
Just about everything that has this little device or this little window here.
Okay.
That shows the little Wi-Fi symbol. That will be the meter that can connect to your smart device.
And is it hard to set up the smart device, the app?
No, it's a free download. You just download it, register for it, and then it's automatically on your phone, and you can start using it right then.
Awesome. So how would you justify the price?
For this meter, it will replace 3 meters that you don't have to carry around anymore. You only have to carry one, and it's a lot easier to carry one than 3 others.
Comparing this to other meters, what's the biggest difference?
It is Fluke, so it has that Fluke quality behind it, and it will last you.
Josh, thank you so much for being here today on Tool Talk Tuesday. It was so good to learn a little bit more about some of the meters that you carry at Fluke. And for you out there, remember to keep an eye out for the promotion that we will have this week on one of the Fluke products. Tune in to next We'll Talk Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you.